So it's about 5:30, the start of September. We've just spent 20 minutes in the dark driving around on another area to see if there's any fallow out with the thermal. On this area we're at, they're usually at sort of one end or the other end of like a long thin bit of ground, so we can't see anything over that side. So we've come back over to this side. We're just parked up and just going to walk out on foot and see if we get lucky. So we'll just use the thermal as we go. It's sort of not far off shooting light for me, but obviously the cameras are going to struggle, so just have to wait a little bit and see if there's any fallow hanging about as it gets lighter. Excited then, there's some heat in this field, but it's about 80 odd sheep just grazing over this sort of stubble turnips, and they've got electric fence around it now. Keep going up. Yeah, so just spotted in the distance a bit of a heat source on a stubble field beyond these turnips, and just looking through the binos I can see it's a fallow because it's quite a light coloured one already. So obviously only the bucks are in season, so we'll just keep going up here, come down the hedge and see if we can get close enough to have a better look. So I can see them quite well in front now. They're 400 metres away, but I can tell just from the number that's there and the size of them, it's just does and kids. So it's no good to us obviously, so we'll just go back out this way and have a look on some other fields. Of row out on the far side of this stubble field, but all behind me on the left hand side where we've been walking up the track, we've just got 3 massive fields of maize, so there's obviously no doubt going to be a number in there, but no chance of seeing them. Go and have a look on some sugar beet down the bottom here. So we're down in our boundary now. There's nothing out on that sugar beet field. Just started raining, which is nice. So what we'll do is we'll just head along our boundary. There's a potato field the other side of the next tree belt, so have a look on that, and then we'll work our way back round to the truck and go and have a look somewhere else if we don't have any luck. There's a little muntjac in that tree belt. I can see it with the thermal, but I can't see it through the binoculars, so it's just must be hidden in a little bit of cover somewhere. But there's no safe shot there anyway, because it's a bit of a skyline in the background, so we'll just keep pushing on and bump that off and see if there's something in the field next door. So that's the rain alarm app, so you can see we're just into the start of this big rain shower that's coming through, which is a bit annoying, but you can get this free, but obviously get the adverts. But today's advert is YouTube Premium, where you can probably catch up with Shooting and Country TV, particularly the deer management series. Right, we'll keep going this way. Keep still, guys. Got a herd of fallow just in front of us here. There's a group of at least 10 fallow just in this rough long grass to my right as we walked along. They've now run away from us just before I could get a shot on a pricket that was stood there. They've got another maize field and the next tree belt over, so they're probably just going to run straight into that. We'll just go up slowly, we might see them again on the right hand side. So yeah, just a bit of bad luck there really. They just clocked us coming up that edge, and in that long grass they just didn't spot them before they saw me. So they've just run straight through now, gone into this big block of maize. So that's annoying, but that's the problem with this maize, is until it's cut, it's just the right haven for them. They just come in and out of it. Obviously there's plenty of food in there for them, and nice thick cover out of the weather as well. We'll just keep heading up. Fallow doe and a kid just run out to the left. They were just feeding in the edge between the maize and the trees. We'll just have a look the other side in case they run through it. Yep. There's no sign of them. I just thought maybe they'd run through the trees, and maybe there was some other fallow in there with them that might have come into this potato field. But I think what we'll do is we'll go back up and just go along the side of that maize, between the maize and the tree belt. You never know, we might get lucky and a buck might stick its head out or just cross either way. Well, we obviously didn't see anything coming up there. We might have used all our luck up on those fallow, but we didn't have a lot of luck obviously because we didn't get anything. But we've come quite a way over towards the other side, which we looked at with the thermal before it was light enough to even start filming. So as soon as we've come all this way, we'll go and have a quick look over the back here, and then there's nothing about there. We'll head straight back to the truck and see what we're going to do after that. Yeah, the only good thing about when it's raining is at least it's nice and quiet, you know, walking across the undergrowth and stuff like that. Sort of come to the end of this block of trees now, and I thought we might pick up a muntjac or something in here, and it's quite open down this bottom end, so sometimes the fallow lay up in here as well, but obviously no luck. I think we're just wandering around in the rain now, getting everything wet, so I think we'll pull the cord or head out and just crack on back to the truck, see if anything happens on the way back, and yeah, decide what we're going to do when we get there. Yeah, so we're just going to start walking back to the truck and just looking up this sandy track. Obviously we get a lot of prints in the sand, so you can see we've got a badger here. It's come along. It's got its like 5 claws in the front of the sand here, and then this one here is a fallow track. So compared to the others, they're quite long and slender. So we'll just walk up this track here and see what other tracks we can find. Show you guys. So we're just walking up the track here. We just stopped underneath this oak tree. There's quite a lot of muntjac activity under here because the acorns are just starting to fall off. So all the deer, the nut crops are quite important to them. So wherever you've got like sweet chestnuts, acorns, conkers, beech mast, hazelnuts if the grey squirrels haven't had them all. So once the nuts start coming off the trees, especially if you've got like one big tree in the middle of an area with no other nut trees around it, if you just go and sit by that for a few hours, you're pretty sure to find a deer, I reckon. So we've been sheltering under this oak tree for the best part of an hour because this rain just wasn't letting up, and we got quite a walk back to the truck. We could see on the radar that it was just about to sort of move through and come dry, so we've just waited it out. I'm kind of hoping that as it dries up, something might come out of the wet undergrowth and just sort of move around a bit and dry off. So we'll grab the kit and start heading back to the truck and see if we have any luck. Fingers crossed. Just come around the corner, we've got 2 stags, sort of youngsters over there on the corner of like this hawthorn. One of them has only got 1 antler, so we'll just go straight across and see if we can get a shot on them. Okay. Go around this way. Unless they've run off as we were walking along the back. They must just be in these like green bushes in front of us. when we first saw the deer, they were just on this corner and they were moving back to the right. I can only imagine they're just sat in here unless they've gone out to the right without us seeing. Well, it's an absolute mystery as to what happened there. We saw those two stags from the sort of corner of the field and they looked pretty relaxed. I don't think they knew we were here, and they're just slowly moving to the right. So we just got down the edge of the trees to sort of stalk in on them through the long grass there. And I'd have thought we would have cut them off, but there's no sign of them. And then I thought, well, maybe they'd sat down in those bushes, but we went right up to the bushes and they never came out. So maybe they just pushed on or smelt us or something and just ran over through the old railway line there. Hey ho, that's the way it goes. Keep heading back to the truck. Well, there you go. Obviously with disappointment of not finding those stags, that I thought we were definitely going to get one of those, and then we just come out of the rough square of cover that's just behind the camera. I'm just going to go up the hill back towards the truck, and one of the cameramen said, "What's that under the tree down there?" And I'd actually seen it, but I thought it was a log. Turned out it was a muntjac, so muntjac buck. So luckily we managed to get spun round and get a shot at it. So yeah, not the target species for the morning. We've actually seen roe, fallow, red and muntjac, and obviously only managed to get a shot on one of them. But like we said, obviously it stopped raining now and maybe they're just coming out to dry off a little bit. So we'll go and have a look. There we go, young juvenile muntjac buck. Just unload this. So yeah, we've got a young juvenile muntjac buck here. You can see it's just got its pedicles there, so it's just growing its first set of antlers. Quite a big body actually for the size of it. Obviously hit it in the shoulder with the 30-06. Hasn't done too much damage on the other side actually, which is good. Obviously we came out this morning hoping to get a fallow, which is why I brought the bigger caliber, and we've sort of seen all four species on the estate and passed up probably muntjac more than anything to try and get a fallow buck. And it's always a dilemma of, like, when you go out looking for fallow, do you take the other ones anyway if they're there, or do you leave it quiet so that you don't disturb any fallow that might be in the area? You know, that's a debate for time and time, isn't it? But yeah, no, good result. Yeah, so it's actually 10:15 now, so we've been out walking around since 5:30. So I'm ready for breakfast, and I'm sure the camera guys are. So we'll crack on back to the truck, get this picked up, sorted out, and that'll be us for a morning. Just got another little muntjac down there, but it's obviously right in line with the farmyard at the bottom, so it's just not a safe shot to take. Obviously now it's drying off, everything's going to come out and have a feed about and shake all the rain off.
So there we go. It's another one done and dusted. Back to the house to get everything dried off, strip the rifle apart and make sure that's all okay. Next time we'll be out in the start of October, so hopefully we'll be doing something with the red stags in the rut. So yeah, join us then. Obviously don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment.